Hello all, welcome back to another video. In this video I'm going to cover a simple Python script. We're going to walk through each line of code and then we are going to run it and show the outcome. On the left hand side what you have is simply the folder of the same Python folder resides in and some additional files. And note that the default size in the Windows is 1 kilobyte, meaning that it's up to at least 1 kilobyte in size. The purpose of this Python script will be to identify specific files within the folder and then also provide us the specific size of those files. So let's go ahead and deconstruct this code and walk through it. The first line of code will import the OS or operating system module, and then the second line will also import the join from that module. This line of code simply identifies the pathway, folders, and the files, and it's doing a walkthrough, and here we identify where to start, meaning what folder to start in. The period identifies the folder that the Python is running from as our location. And as I mentioned before, this file resides in this folder, and that's why we're looking at it currently. Now we move on to the actual editing part of the script. And what it does is it says, all right, for file name in files. So here in this particular line of code, it's saying that all the files within the file name or within the pathway and the folder it's identified as. So here we kick it off. The next line is an if statement, which means it's a condition. It's a check. So it's checking for file name ends with, so it's going to check all the files in this particular folder and see which one it ends with a .py extension. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4. As we run this, we should have 4 outcomes. If this is true, if this file is a .py extension, what do I need to do with it? And the second 2 lines here and here tells it if this statement is true, do this action. The first action will take the path that it comes in. We're identifying the folder name and the file name, and we are assigning it or placing it into a variable referred to as the file. And the second line of this is going to print it out. And what is it going to do? It's going to take that variable value, the file, and it's going to get a size from that OS path that we pulled it from. And then it's also going to provide the actual file name itself. So it's providing us 2 values, the size and the actual file name, if that file name has an extension of py. So let's go ahead and run it. So our thing has popped up, it's running it into the shell, and here we see that it runs one at a time. Our first py file is A, and we see A here, and we see the actual size is 690. And then it goes to the second file, and it says the second file is a py, and it's a size of 263. It goes to the third one, and it shows it as a non-py file, so it ignores it, moves on to the next one, identifies it as a py file, and it has a size of 719, and then the final one has a size of 690, identifying it as a py. So let's go ahead and change this to a txt and save it, and we'll rerun it once more, and now we see a different outcome, because again it's going through all the files within the existing folder, and it is identifying it if it's a text file, and it'll also provide us the actual file size. There you go.